Hey guys, back at you with another knife review here. Something special here. Here's that Three Sisters Forge Beast. Just got this knife recently. Let me tell you a little about Three Sisters Forge. If you want the rundown, they have a YouTube page. I'll annotate it. It's Three Sisters Forge. It's one guy. It's Jim Allen. He hand makes all his knives with a Hammer Anvil, and he does his own heat treat, grinding, sharpening. It's a one-man operation, man. This guy does an excellent job, as you can see. Mainly works for titanium. Right here you have a full titanium handled knife with .12 thickness titanium. Very, very thick titanium. Very, very thick. I requested a S30V blade. He also works with 440C, S35. He does do his own Damascus, his twist Damascus. Beautiful, beautiful Damascus pattern he does. This guy is a true artist, man. He works out of his shop in Bend, Oregon, and I'm glad that I got to know him, got to talk to him, and got to purchase one of his knives, completely handmade in the USA, man. By handmade by one person. It's something special. This is my first full custom folder, and I'm really pleased with it. So let me tell you guys a little bit about the knife. It like I said, it's titanium, .12, very, very thick. I opted for the water jetting on one side and the smooth titanium on the other. His buddy does the water jetting at his place in Michigan. Just a beautiful pattern. Very, very nice. It does offer some traction, but the knife is very ergonomic. You see it's got these finger grooves here. It fits really well in the hand. There's no jimping. Sorry, TMPers. But with a knife like this, you just don't need it. I mean, it locks into your hand. 3-inch blade. It's about the size of a Spyderco Sage. I mean, it's perfect size for EDC. Probably about the same size as a small Sabenza. Here it is next to Unenzon. So it's just a perfect size, man. And I just love this knife. It's a beast, hence the name. It came razor sharp. I was out in the woods yesterday cutting some small branches off some trees. I was actually cutting open pop cans. I was doing all kinds of stuff with this knife, man, and it held up. As you can see, it still cuts paper. I haven't touched it up. It still slices. It still shaves hair. I mean, he does an excellent heat treating. His heat treating is just amazing. And I was cutting 10 cans, and the blade didn't chip at all. It's got a nice thick blade profile, but it's thin enough to where it's a nice slicer. But it's just a beast. I mean, look at that. Look at that blade stock. Beautiful. And it is handmade, so you can see kind of few imperfections. The clip point here isn't lined up perfectly, but that's fine. Every knife is going to have its little differences, and that's awesome. That's what making a handmade knife is all about. And it just amazes me that one man in his garage, which is basically what his workshop is, can turn out something like this. And if you ever watch any of his YouTube videos, he is real meticulous. He really knows his knife making. His ball detent is just really nice. It kind of like grabs the blade back in. It's not going to open up in your pocket. It's got an excellent blade detent. Barrel thumb stud. Flings open. I mean, it's nice and smooth. He does use ball bearings. I don't believe this folder has the bearing system in it, but he does use a ball bearing pivot in some of his knives. You can request that. Each knife is handmade for the individual, and he is super quick. I emailed him on Friday. We talked over the weekend about how I wanted my knife done, and by Monday it was done and shipped out, and I had it on Wednesday. So in less than a week, I had a full custom knife, and that is an amazing turnaround. if you know how custom knife makers work. Of course, he's a small operation. He's not really off the ground yet, not too nationally well known, so this is the time to get one. Beautiful knife. $300 for this, which blows my mind. Blows my mind, man. A completely handmade. Even Chris Reeve Sebenzas are somewhat production knives, semi-production. Same materials, but I mean, this knife is cheaper. Definitely not cheaper in quality, but cheaper in price. Now, it's definitely not a Sebenza. The fit and finish is not up to par with a Sebenza, but for $300, it's awesome. I mean, the fit and finish is definitely awesome on this knife. It does have its little imperfections, but it's nice tight tolerances. I mean, look at that, and the blades fit snug into it, really snug into between the scales. Comes out lightning quick. Locks up early. It's got room to grow. Pocket clip is really, really nice. Got a somewhat low profile. It's just an awesome knife, guys. $300 for this, and I believe he different blade steels, different textured scales. It's going to be cheaper. I believe he goes as low as $200 maybe for a 440C version of this, with plain tie scales, which is unbelievable. Beautiful clip point Bowie blade, and it can take a beating. Like I said, his heat treatment is amazing. It can definitely take a beating. It's not going to chip. Very, very thick blade stock. We all know how thick a Strider is. But look at that. Just blown away for $300. I mean, you can't beat it. Perfect little EDC blade. Right hand only, guys, so that's one downfall if you're left-handed, but I mean, look at that water jetting. It's just beautiful. I've never really seen anything like that. That's definitely unique to him. And that blade, check out that belly on that blade. I mean, that's awesome. Just an all-around heavy-duty knife. And he does a lot of business for the armed forces, individual soldiers. If you read that Blade article, it's still, lock is still, you know how titanium is pretty pliable. It gets stuck sometimes, and this is brand new, so it will get stuck. But if you flick it open hard, it might get stuck sometimes. But like I said, he actually sends his folders over to the armed forces for testing, and that's just a testament to how, you know, how much he's involved in his knives. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. You send a knife back to him, he'll fix any imperfections. He's just a great guy to deal with. He's a good old boy. Loves his trade. So this is my Three Sisters Forge Beast. Handmade, one-man operation knife right here. I'll put a link to his YouTube page and his website below if you guys want to maybe talk to him, maybe get a knife in the works. Definitely highly recommended. Super heavy-duty knife. Right here, man. Y'all take care now. Be safe. Stay sharp.